Hi, I'm Jenny. Welcome to my channel where we focus on using ordinary materials to make beautiful things. It's a Motivational Monday, yay! Though I have to tell you guys, I've been struggling a little bit. My daughter left on Saturday. She was here for 10 days, and my husband was on quarter break from school, and so we took a little trip, and so we've had a nice vacation. But she's gone, and I have come down with bronchitis, and so I'm struggling a little bit with saying goodbye to my baby, who lives in Nashville these days. She's been there about 2.5 years now. So I'm used to her not being here, but it's always hard to hug your kids and send them across the country, even when they're plenty old enough to be independent and on their own, and they're okay. It's hard because they're always your kids, So, so that's been a bit of a struggle for the last few days, and then this bronchitis thing. So I know I sound a little rough, and I apologize, if I start coughing. So I'm hoping to kick it pretty quickly, but you just never know sometimes. So here we are, though. I have picked a quote, and I have some images that I think are going to be fun. So I think this is going to be a fun one. The quote I picked is from Marilyn Monroe, and the quote is, "It's better to be absolutely ridiculous than absolutely boring." So I really like that one, and I thought I would do some things that were kind of silly, kind of ridiculous. So I thought we'd write the quote on this phone message page over here, like from the message, and use this to put the quote on. So we'll do that in a minute. And then I have to show you some of the images I found. So I've already cut some of them apart so I could kind of audition some, but I want to show you this ad. This is a fun ad, and I've seen it in a few different magazines. And it looks like this in the magazine. It's just a whole page. She can STEM, so can you. I'm sure STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math. As a teacher, I liked the one that had STEAM, that had an A in there. It was science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And so I always felt like that's helpful. But this is, just encouraging women to become active in science-related fields because there aren't enough of us in those fields. So I think this is a cool image. So I just kind of cut it out and got this really cute little helmet. So I just couldn't help it. I thought that would be fun. And then I thought it would be fun to put the helmet on one body and then, with a head, and then put it on a different body. And I like this one because this person's sitting down, so we can kind of get her in the whole picture. So my thought is we'll kind of, when I was auditioning, we'll kind of do this so the head will be oversized for the body. So that's a little ridiculous. The helmet's a little ridiculous. I like this image too because this girl is so small, so thin, and then she's got these huge shoes on, and they kind of reminded me of moon boots. Now, I have big feet, so my boots always look huge, but I thought that was cute. So that's kind of the idea. And then we need a background to put her on, and I've got a couple of different backgrounds to choose from. So once we get her together, we can put her down and see maybe what would be good. So I have this kind of garden one, which would be fun. And if we use this one, we might need to find something to put in her hands, maybe some flowers, or a planet or something. That would be fun, maybe. And then there's this one. This is from a magazine. And then this is from a book, from a history book. And it would be fun, I think, to put her on this one and have like the people like walking up her leg or something, maybe. So one of those two, I think, is where we're headed. So let's start by getting the person together here. I didn't grab anything to glue on. That's always good. Let's see. Find a magazine here. I have a magazine, so I can use this to glue. Oh my goodness, got stuff on my thing. So I think we're going to build this as a separate page and then put it in the book, just because I want to be able to manipulate the background a little bit. So you might remember, this is where we are. This is from last week. Never too old to dream a new dream. So this one's going to go here. We don't have too many pages left into the end of the year. So that's coming up faster than I would like to admit. I'm always surprised. It always sneaks up on me. You know, you get to October and suddenly, you know, October's over, and then it's Thanksgiving, and then it's Christmas, and then it's New Year's, and then the whole year is gone. So this has been quite the year. So I'm not sure if I'm glad to see it go or sad. It's, you know, in some ways a little of both, I think, but I think that's pretty normal. So I liked this image in here because I like that it fits here a little bit, and I like that she's looking down instead of just kind of looking straight out. I like too on this the helmet. I think it's cute that they put the dogwood blooms on the helmet. So there were more out around it that I just kind of cut off because I didn't want to have the flowers all the way down everywhere. So let's get this on there and then throwing stuff. Get this trimmed off. Hope you guys are ready for the week. Monday is kind of one of those days you're just never quite sure. Like, is it good? Is it bad? You know, I work on my planner every Monday morning. The first thing I do after my hubby goes to work is grab a cup of coffee and take a look at my planner. Try to figure out what needs to be done this week and make a list and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. And check my stats on YouTube and all of that. So it's, you know, it's just kind of a routine. I think if you get into a routine, it's good and it's bad, right? Because sometimes routines make you feel like you're in a rut, but routines are also very comforting. They help you feel like you know what's happening, right? And Monday morning, heaven knows I need to know as much about what's happening as I can possibly get, because I don't usually know what's happening. I'll just tell you up front. I'm usually just kind of like, oh, are we doing something? Oh. Get rid of some of that. So I will probably fast forward this just so you can not watch me, you know, cut around things. Okay, there we are. We've got her helmet all cut out. And then we can kind of situate her on here. Just trying to decide how far up. Like, should I put her this far up? So her head, I mean, I know it's out of proportion. That's one of the things that I like about it, is it's kind of, if we put it further down, it kind of covers like her whole torso though. And if we put it further up, that's a little better, maybe. But we have to do something about her hair. So what should we do? I'm wondering about just getting a black marker, since she's wearing black. What about getting a black marker? And do I want to outline stuff on her before we put that on? Maybe I want to do a little outlining in white. All right, let me grab a couple markers here. Okay, I'm back. And I do think I want to just kind of color in her hair a little bit. I know it's not sparkly and it doesn't really blend, but I don't think, once we get everything on top of it, I'm not really gonna see very much of it. I just don't want it to be, you know, blonde sticking down there. Oh, that's kind of, if I just kind of color across here. I just don't want it to look different. I want it to look like it's, because we can't see most of it, like most of it is right there. So it's just kind of on top. Okay, now the question is do we want to use the gel pen? Or want to use, oh, the gel pen's looking good. Because I'm thinking I just want to accentuate where those arms are. And we could even, cover some of this by putting some polka dots on her dress. make her a little silly here. Right. And of course we're going to add embellishments too. Excuse me. There will be, trim and jewels and all kinds. I mean, really, how can there not be? So I'm just kind of doing little messy dots. I'm not worrying about making them fancy. I just want something on her dress to kind of delineate the dress. Maybe from the arms here. Maybe we'll do stripes on her arms. And then that kind of covers some of that where I colored over her hair. So we'll just do some random little doodles. Right. And then here we can do some little stripes of her arms. Because, stripes and polka dots always go together. We could even do like a little plaid. Like I said, this is just really quickie. I'm not interested in making it, super specific. Let's see how that looks. And then it kind of just delineates where her sleeves are. We can kind of do that a little more. Maybe we'll just do some more little designs on her sleeves here. Just for the sake of silliness, right? I mean, if the quote is being about absolutely ridiculous, then we should be absolutely ridiculous. So maybe we can put some gloves. We could color her hands so it looks like she has gloves. We could give her we could pick a color. We could do like red and do like her legs too. Okay, so I think that's better. So she's sitting this way. And I want her, so I like that she's kind of looking down. So should we kind of do it on an angle so that she's looking down? I think we should. I think that's good. Okay, so we're gonna need to put some glue. I think from about here, from about here up. Right. Just turn it so I don't put it in the glue there. And I think so she looks like she's looking down. I like that. Okay. All right. Now we have that. Let's see. Should we decorate her shoes? She has some little soles here that are kind of these funky lug soles. So The details are really hard to see because it's all black. So, you know, if we put, and there's kind of these treads on the bottom of her soles. So that's kind of cool. We'll go ahead and dress her up a little. We'll put some doodles on her and then we can put her on the page and see how she looks. So just get some outlining done. What do you think? Should we color her hands so it looks like she's wearing gloves, or her legs so it looks like she's wearing tights, or should we just leave them? There we go. Let's put a little lining on here, just for the sake of interest. There we go. All right. So that's looking better. Let me move that, sorry. I do like that this already had some doodling and stuff on it. I thought that was kind of cool. So, all right, let's look at the two backgrounds. I'm sure I keep putting my head in the camera. I'm sorry. I'm kind of struggling today. Cap on the marker, put the cap on the glue. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's look at this one first. So if we've got her sitting here, this is about the right height. So we can always, you know, I put her here, but we can either, you know, we can move her a little bit so she's kind of leaning this way. So we could put something in her hands, and she has this garden behind her. And then we'd lose her leg, which is okay. I mean, I'm not worried about that. So we've got that garden, and we'd have to put something. We could maybe put a planet or something down here, like she's playing with it or looking at it. That might be fun. Let's look at the other one. I like the quality of this one because it's like a reproduction of a piece of art, so it's been painted, and so it's much more atmospheric. I kind of like the atmosphere on this one. So if we put her here, we could cut around this and put it over her leg so that it looks like they're walking across her, like they're marching up to her, which might be kind of fun. I think that might be fun. Like there's a long line and they're marching up to it. It's almost like little ants marching up to her. So maybe this one. I think I like this one. So, all right. So I think what we're going to want to do is I'm going to want to cut all along here so that, yeah, that overlays on top of her. Okay. So let me see. I've got some teeny tiny little scissors, and so I'm gonna work on this, and I will probably either cut away or fast forward this because heaven knows you do not need to watch me cut out something this small. Okay, I've got it cut, and I think I had it over. So let me show you. So if I run it so that you can, oops, so that her knee ends up behind here, we have a couple of choices. You can still see some of the people down here, which I don't like because you can't see enough of them really to tell what it is. And it looks like they're just kind of walking across her. But if I fold it up a little bit and bring her knee in just a little, and then I can tip her back. So then it looks like she's sitting here looking down at them, and her hands are here, and like they're getting ready to walk up on top of her, which I like much better. I think that's a lot funnier. So I think I'm ready to glue this in. I cut that and I didn't really need to, so I think I'll put some tape on the back. Yeah, because I don't want that to be cut away. I don't really need it. I thought I did, but then, you know, plans change. So I always think it's fun, you know, manipulating pictures and playing with them to see, you know, what you can put in juxtaposition to something else, because, you know, it's just a fun time. It's fun to be a little silly and have just a little silliness going on. Okay, so I've got her knee. There we go. And then that kind of does that. There we go. And I want her tipped just a little, I think, so that her hands are kind of right in front of the people. It looks like they're marching up, up on top of her. So let's fix that there. And then we can add some glue. So I'm just gonna put some here and see if we can get it stuck down a little bit, and then finesse the edges. So hope you guys don't mind a little silliness. I mean, if you did, you probably wouldn't be on this channel, so because most of what I do is not too serious, for sure, right? Not too serious. There's enough seriousness in the world. I don't know that we need a whole lot more on YouTube channels, but you know, that's just me. So I don't want to offend anybody. I'm just not super interested in being super serious with this. To me, this is about having fun. I moved it. Rats. Okay, what did I do? I moved it, and I didn't mean to. Okay. All right. Got a little bit of bubbling going on up here because I didn't smooth out all the air, I don't think. Got some glare going. I hope you guys can see. I'm looking at it with there's a lot of glare. Oh, that's better. That's much better. So I do like, and she's very serious looking down at them, isn't she? It's like, oh, who are these people and why are they climbing on me? Okay, let's take a quick look to see how this is going to fit in here and what we need to trim. And then we can maybe start embellishing. All right. So if I want it there. I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I want to trim off. Yeah, we'll just trim it. We'll just trim it. You know, it'll just make it easier, and then I can put it in my journal as a finished piece. I said we'd start embellishing, but I guess we better put the quote on, huh? So that might be important. Nah, who needs a quote, right? Who needs a quote? Oh, see, we dressed up our shoes and then we cut them all off. Oh well. Que sera. Okay. Let's see what we need to touch up. A little bit here. A little bit here. Knee isn't glued down. There we go. Okay. All right. So in general, I think I'm liking the subject here. I like this. She's wearing a helmet. So maybe she's on a planet somewhere, you know, or she's from outer space or something. And, you know, so that's our little story, is she's from somewhere else and she's on this planet, and, you know, these people are going to walk up her and maybe attack her. I don't know. They look like they're marching off for something. It's hard to tell what. So let's put the quote on there, and then we'll decide what kind of fun embellishments we need. I'm thinking we definitely need some jewels and some stuff on her dress, and maybe we'll go in and do some outlining around her. Oops, helps if I don't try to write on white with white. Okay. So the good news here is I have lines. Yay! It's better to be absolutely ridiculous than absolutely boring. All right, and I like because it says message and stuff. So I kind of like that about it. So I'm going to stay just a little bit outside my little blue lines here. I don't know. Do you think she's absolutely ridiculous? I think she's pretty ridiculous, and she looks very serious about it too. That's part of what's funny. Okay. That. Should we put it here? What do you think? Closer to her? Up here on the trees? Maybe up here on the tree? Kind of I don't know that I want it centered, but maybe out here somewhere. I don't know. Do you think we could add something else? What else could we add? I like the castle. There's kind of a little castle in the background. They're marching up towards her. Let's think about that for a minute. Besides, blingy embellishments, which we're always going to add. Let's go ahead and do a little outlining here around her. At least around her dress to differentiate it from the background. Boy, I really bubbled that with the glue this time. Oh well. Oh well, it happens. Okay. Maybe a little bit up here. Just a little outlining to set her off. My gel pen is deciding that it doesn't maybe like it. It's probably because it's damp. It's a little wet from the glue. Okay. All right. Maybe on the inside here. Just around her, the edge of her helmet. You can see that. Again, I'm not worrying about being too straight, too even. It's just kind of like a ragged, I'm doing just a very ragged, loose line here. Just around her, inside of her helmet. Just a little bit. Okay. What do you think? Do I need... I like this because it looks like it's already been doodled on, so I don't know that we really need to do much to it. So, okay. Maybe your glasses. Your glasses should be I think her glasses need to be white instead of black. So she doesn't look too serious. She looks very serious, so I think she needs to look a little less serious. So I'm going to make her glasses a little less serious here. And you could even, if we wanted to, I mean, her eyes are kind of closed. You know how there's like the glare and stuff on the glasses. We could kind of do that. Yep, I like that better. I want her to look a little like she's from outer space, so you know we need to make her look a little less model-like and a little more outer space-like. Just some silliness. Just some silliness. We'll give her little elf ears back here. Maybe they're Vulcan ears. Give a little white in her hair. There we go. That's a little more down here. Let's see. Should we do anything to her leg? All right, maybe we should embellish. So let's figure out where this is gonna go. You think it's gonna go here? I don't know. What do you think? Do we need to put a little more outline on it? Since it's white, we could put a little black on it just around the edge. Just to finish the edges a little bit. That's a little better. Okay, let's glue that on, and then I'll grab some embellishments. You know, gotta have that bling, or it wouldn't be one of my pages, right? Okay, I will be right back with some things to put on it. Okay, I am back. We are crafting with cats. Come on, sweetie, hop down. All right, there you go. I have pulled out a few black embellishments, a little bit of bling, and some white stuff because I thought the white might be nice to lighten things up a little bit. Did that not stick? Might need to stick just a tiny little bit of glue under there just to stick it down. That's better. Okay. So let me show you. I have some rickrack, and then I have a little bit of this kind of lace. I have some of this. There's a big bunch of that. That's just kind of freely lace. I have this, which came off of like a bed sheet. You can see that was crocheted along the edge. I have some black rickrack. I have some strings of pearl looking things. I have a few different kinds of paper flowers. And then of course I have bling, right? So we need that. The other thing I have is I had bought a package of butterflies, and I got them at a thrift store. They were kind of all shoved in there. And most of them looked really good, but this one was kind of broken. It was missing a wing. So I'm thinking that I do want to put this in though, because I like the idea of having like a little butterfly up here. So I want to do that last. It's a little tattered, but I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be all right. So I was contemplating putting some flowers over these. And maybe we should do that after we decide what other bling should go on here. So let's start with the jewels, because I think the jewels on her dress would be good. I'd like to just kind of, you know, scatter some around on her dress here, just, you know, and I think the clear and the white and stuff are just gonna kind of lighten it up a little bit. And I kind of like the, you know, the spacesuit look of that. Just a few more. Not that, you know, spacesuits are blingy, but, you know, when you think about some of the old sci-fi movies, and, you know, the stuff they had them in, they're always in some kind of like gold lame something, and you know, just kind of fun. You know, yeah, it's gonna be gold lame. 2, 4, 6, 7, 3, 1. I don't know. One more here. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. That doesn't really seem to go, unless we put several more. We could put a lot more on there, but I think that's probably okay for now. Do we want to put anything maybe up here on her glasses? Shall we put some on her? Oh, that would kind of almost looks like her eyebrows. Ha, I like that. That's fun. We'll just do a few little up there then. Right, going off the page. That's cute. And then maybe we'll give her a blingy earring. I like that too. That's good. All right. I don't know. I brought the pearls, but I wasn't sure I wanted them, so we'll see. Let's see. Do we like these flowers? Well, we should just, instead of trying to figure it out, we should just pull it out and look at it. All right. If I can get it out of the package. So apparently the package is fighting me. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever had this much trouble getting something out of a package. At least not like this. Okay, so that's one of those. These have a little more dimension, but I'm not too worried about it because they have like a little, you know, riser on the back that we could take off. Okay, well right now I really like that one better, because I like how it's got that in the middle. Although these, with the kind of gold in the middle, oops, just lost it. Those are a little big. Okay, I think we have a winner. Let's set that off to the side here. Okay, I do want to take that little foam piece off because I don't think we need it to be any taller than it is. Just use a little hot glue here. That's cute. Some of these looks like there's one that has like 3 layers. Maybe not. Maybe I'm looking at it funny. Let's see. I think those are cute. See, now she's really looking ridiculous now, but that's okay. It's better to be absolutely ridiculous than absolutely boring. Okay, can I tell you, when I started this, I wanted to do it. I knew I'd have fun playing with it, but I told you I was struggling a little because my daughter's gone and I got bronchitis and all that. But can I tell you, the longer I sit here and play with this, the better I feel. So this is why I do this, right? And I hope this is why you do it too. I hope it makes you feel better too. So let's see. This one's kind of in an odd angle. Well, it's, I mean, but should we put one on there? Should we put one on there anyway? What about one over here? We could cut one down. Cut it down. Peel it away here. Right. Yep, that's cute. That's good. Oops. Now, what about this one? Do we want one there? Should I take the smaller piece? We can always put it back together, right? Yeah, I think that's good with just the small one there. There we go. Yep, that's cute. I'm liking that. Oh, good, and I used those up. I have had those for a while, and I like them, you know, but I had a couple packages of them, so it's always good to use them up. I think that's good. All right, so I brought pearls, but maybe I don't need the pearls. Let's see. Do we want any more bling? Yeah, I don't know. Do we want some of the pearls? Let's look at them. Where could we put them? We could put them along her top of her helmet here. Or we could put them around her. Oh, that might be cute. What if we just put them around her face? Like if we followed the line of that around. I think that might be cute. Let's give that a shot. Why not? Right. I've been watching other people on YouTube, and I know there's like a love-hate relationship with watching other people on YouTube, because I love their projects. They're fun to watch, and there are like multiple people I follow, and I find they're very creative, and what they create is very beautiful. But then you start comparing yourself to what they do, and that makes it hard. So it's always hard when you start comparing yourself. I saw a really cool quote about why it said we struggle with insecurity. I'm trying to think of exactly how it goes. We struggle with insecurity because we compare our behind the scenes footage with everyone else's highlight reel. Right? And I just thought that was kind of an interesting way to look at it. That's why we struggle. And so, you know, and I do. Sometimes I struggle comparing, you know, what I do to what other people do, you know, because it's not the same, nor should it be. It shouldn't be the same. You know, if you're just copying what other people do, then, you know, you're not being yourself, and that's not good. You know, so it shouldn't be the same. You don't want it to be the same. But, you know, but it's hard. It's hard sometimes in any job to not compare yourself to the people around you, I think. You know, any job is like that. People compare themselves, you know, to everybody else in lots of jobs. And I didn't do a very good job of getting that where it's supposed to go. I wonder if I should do another. See, I kind of messed it up, so I think maybe we'll do another round. Should we do another round? We have a thinner one. I kind of messed up right here. I pulled it a little too much. Well, that might be cute. Let's do that. Let's do that. So I do think it's hard, you know, whatever job you have,
wherever you are in life, it's hard not to, not to look around you and think other people are doing better. They're, you know, like $6 Million Man, better, stronger, faster, like that. But, no. But everybody's on their own journey, and I think that's the thing we have to remember, that we're all just on our own journey. So we have to figure it out. We have to figure it out for ourselves. And, somebody else's journey is not our journey. So wherever they are is where they should be, and wherever you are is where you should be. But it's a little difficult sometimes, I enjoy watching other makers. I'm fascinated by all the things that they make, all the ideas they come up with. I'm just fascinated by it. So, but then, you feel bad because you're like, oh, mine wasn't that good or whatever. And it's not that it wasn't that good. It was just different. It just wasn't the same, which is okay. All right, set that off to the side. I'm liking that better. So that kind of covers my boo-boo here. So, right, if you make a mistake, just put something over it. It's not a big deal. Okay, so do we want any of the lace? How do I have this tiny little circle? Oh my gosh. I've sewn something together. Shocking. I've sewn something. Although I can tell you, I have an old chenille bedspread that I am contemplating making aprons out of. So, do we want that? We could put that on her sleeve. No, I don't think so. That doesn't seem to quite work with that. So, I might have to actually sew something, for Christmas. I don't know. And I've told my mom that I was thinking about doing it. So now I feel like I have to, right? When you don't tell anybody that you're thinking about doing something, you can kind of get away with not doing it. But once you tell somebody, that may be too much, but it's kind of like a cute little ruff, isn't it? All right, let's see. How about this? We'll put that on, and I think we might be done, because I really like this. But you can see this one kind of took a bit of a beating somewhere. I don't know. It was in the bottom of the sack. So it was just a partial, but I like it anyway. I think it needs some love. So let's put it right here on her helmet. Right. That goes with her dress. Should we put something here? Do we need to underline this? You think? We could use some lace for that. Or rickrack. Maybe not. Maybe a little black over here, just a little rickrack. Might kind of like that, I think. Let's see. Just a tiny little bit. Oh, didn't quite get it to the edge here. Or if I did, it got cold before I got it on there. Okie doke. Top. Yeah, let's do the top too. While I am gluing this on, I would invite you to please like this video if you found any value, any entertainment, any sense of having a good time while you were watching it. It really helps me with the YouTube ratings and being seen by other people. So, that's a big boon if you hit like on it, if you comment on it. I'd be happy to talk to you. I love answering comments. I try to do it as quickly as I can. Sometimes it takes me a day or two, but I always answer when I see it. So please please do that. I'd love to talk to you. I hope you found this a little silly, a little ridiculous, and a little fun. Until next time, remember, use what you have to make your life more beautiful. Bye.